something that I just really, really enjoy is like making women feel pretty and beautiful and knowing that they can wear that, and you need to try it on because it's going to look good on you. And I will be honest, though.
Welcome to She Leads. I'm your host, Thea, and I'm so glad that you joined in today. She Leads is a place to have conversations about leadership, relationships, and faith with women who are leading out in the world today, and I'm so glad that you decided to tune in. I actually just want to take a moment and say thank you to all the love and support. Thank you for the likes and the shares. We've only have a handful of episodes that have been released, but already the feedback is tremendous, and I'm just so grateful that you are responding to this and that you're enjoying it and sharing with other leaders. I have one comment to share today, which was about our episode with Reverend Jordan Sekas about revision. And the commenter said, "Revision sounds amazing. I needed to hear that. We are not our trauma. It's inspiring and eye-opening to find an honest space where there's hardly any voice." And that's exactly what we're striving to do here, is just create a space where women's stories of leadership, faith, and relationships are shared in a way that's meaningful and impactful. And I definitely would love to continue to hear from you. So please send your comments to sheleadscomments@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to include them as well. Today, we have a wonderful guest. My friend, Meagan Jones, has agreed to come on and share a little bit about her leadership journey. So, Meagan, thank you so much for coming. Why don't you introduce yourself and then tell us that fun fact that you found?
Okay, my name is Meagan Jones, and my fun fact is that I share the same birthday as Jesus.
Yes, happy birthday. That's awesome. A Christmas baby.
Yes.
And then you also are a local business owner. You own a shop here in Pearland, your
Yes.
boutique shop.
Your boutique shop. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the shop. Why is it great?
Well, it's great because I've always wanted to own a shop since like probably little bitty, and I'll be 40 this year, and I finally got to do what I've always wanted to do. I was a stay-at-home mom for like 10 years, and I ran it out of the house for about 8. So, and then finally me and the husband talked, and we both agreed it was time.
That's so awesome. Congratulations on that. It's super, super awesome. Great clothes, super cute, super fun stuff. So if you're looking for something, go and check it out. Let's jump into our conversation today. How would you describe yourself as a leader, and where are you leading?
Oh, God. I guess, honestly, I've never called myself a leader. I don't really usually think or say that I am, but a lot of people always say that I am. I guess I'm a leader in ways like I do lead a women's group at my church. It's called MOPS. It's like mostly it's for moms with children, and we just meet like twice a month. We do mom's night out and things like that. Again, like I just don't even really know where to start to say if I was a leader. But I guess I just really like doing things for others and like showing them that like you could do this too, and like things like that, if that even makes sense.
Yeah, I love that. That's something I actually really love about you, is that you would never call yourself a leader. You often shy away from leadership
100%,
positions, and yet you have a following. People love to be around you. People are inspired and encouraged by you. You have grown that moms group to a tremendous number of women who have found a place so they feel safe and secure. And many who say, Meagan invited me and she's amazing, so I thought I would say yes. Tell me about starting the business. I mean, you said out of your home.
Yes, so I ran it out of the house for about 8 years before that. It was mostly, I just made like t-shirts and stuff like that, but I do have a degree in fashion merchandising. So I've always been very, very into fashion. Like, you want to talk Gucci, Prada, Chanel, I'm down for it. Like, top of any conversation, you want to talk about fashion. But yeah, I ran out of the house for about 8 years. I mostly just did Facebook, Instagram, and got a really good follow and word of mouth and friends, family. And then we just celebrated my 1 year at the store. But yeah, so it was just something I've always wanted to do, and I finally get to do it, and I'm just really excited and blessed that I have a very supporting husband that agreed to it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So
So I remember you telling me you wanted to open a store since high school.
probably even before that, but
Tell me
yes.
about that dream. Tell me about the high school dream about owning a
Oh
store.
gosh, I don't know. Like I've just always been, again, like really into fashion. Like girls would come to the house and like go through my closet and like want to get stuff from me all the time. It's just really just something that I just really, really enjoy. Is like making women feel pretty and beautiful and knowing that they can wear that and you need to try it on because it's going to look good on you. And I will be honest though and be like, no, maybe we should find something else. But I just really like to make women look pretty and make them feel confident and
Yeah.
enjoy doing that.
What I'm hearing in that is that you see the beauty in people.
Yes.
You know, and I think that is a tremendous gift of leadership. And I would argue maybe women have the ability to see beauty in other people and then to foster it and say, you can do this. You got this. This is not going to be hard for you or too, out of the box. And even just that encouragement and empowerment. And I think sometimes we might, want to look at, well, like fashion, that's not really required or necessary. And yet it's literally how we live our lives. Every day we have to get dressed.
You have to put clothes on.
We make these decisions and how much, what we're wearing, it leads to our confidence. It leads to our readiness. It leads to, it's a statement to the world, so I don't have socials, but I love a good t-shirt with some sort of slogan on it. I mean, I'm looking at yours now too. Like this is a statement to the world of what I'm about and what I mean. And fashion creates that place for that. Something I have loved recently in the world of fashion, I feel like we're getting away from it right now, but like this explosion of creativity and color, and there's no more rules. Just you can do what you want. Yeah. And I feel like we're getting away from it because it does feel like when I go to the stores, it's a lot of earth tones and oversized.
Well, if you do look,
tell me more.
So I go to market in Dallas, and really earth tones are not in. It's all about the like really bright pinks and greens and blues. So I would have to disagree with you on that one.
Okay, well, I just like the stores are pushing some of this stuff.
If you come in mine, there's no earth tones.
No, your store is alive with color and vibrancy. Yes. And I think it's also, again, empowering for women to know, like, I can wear neon green.
Yes, you can.
I can wear, hot pink. Yes. I watch my nieces and nephews, about 5 to 8, especially the girls. They wear whatever they want, and they have so much fun. They are just embracing the boots and the skirts. And I remember watching one of them and thought, man, when did I start thinking I couldn't? When did I start thinking I shouldn't wear this anymore? When did I start, stopping believing in myself that I could rock a tutu, And I think so often women, we do get, kind of pulled or pushed or forced into this, like, you've got to look a certain way. That's no longer appropriate.
Yeah. That is true. 100%.
Yeah.
But I try to make, especially at my store, if you come in and you're like, oh, I don't know, Meagan, that just doesn't look like something I would wear. And I would just be like, no, girl, get in that dressing room. We're going to try it on. And then we'll discuss it afterwards. I try to make all my clients feel that they're pretty and that they can wear whatever they want. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Yeah.
So I've got teenagers that come to my store all the way to like some of my super cute little seasoned grandmas from the church that come into the store. And we're talking like in their 80s and get stuff from me. So
when you speak about versatility, I just can't help but remember the Meagan sweater. And so I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Tell this story. Like, oh my God, what is the Meagan sweater?
I don't even know. Like, it was like a huge success this winter. It was like, it's just this simple sweater. I got in like 7 different colors, and I had to reorder it like 20 times. And then one day at church, like 10 ladies had on like this sweater, and it was so cute. I loved it though, because it was like so much support and love. And I was like, gosh, you guys, that's so sweet. But it was wild. Like craziest sweater ever. I'm going to totally bring it back if it's like in season next year.
Yeah. And the sweater is it's very soft. It's very comfortable.
It's comfy, soft. I mean, there's really nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's just a
And that's
simple sweater.
That's like a desire of all ages, of all, walks of life. Like, I want clothes to be comfortable. I want to
Yes.
feel good in them. I want to
Like,
feel
again,
cozy.
There was like the youngers to like one of my most favorite, Miss Judy. I think she bought, and she's like in her 80s. So it was just really sweet to like see a bunch of support and love, and I enjoy it.
Yeah. So take me back again. So you had this dream, you were selling stuff out of your house. And then you decided, okay, it's time to open a shop. What were some of those concrete steps you had to take?
Well, I mean, I guess there wasn't too many concrete steps because I feel like we already did most of the work. Like at home, you have to get like a license and all this stuff. It was just the fact of me getting it out of the house and put out there for everybody to see rather than just the people that were seeing it, like from like word of mouth or things like that.
How did you find the space?
So my friend Jessica Lewis, she's amazing. She's a realtor. Go find her. Look her up. We went to like 8 different places. And the place that I'm in, it's like right next to Emma's and Santa Barbara and Pearland Cinema 6 and the new Hometown Seafood. And we went back to this place, I swear, like 3 or 4 times because I just kept saying, like, I just get a really good vibe over here. And, like, it was busier over in that. And it was, like, a really good size. The size of it was perfect. Everywhere else was, like, really big. And I would have had to do a lot of inventory and a lot more money I would have to put into it. And this one, we just had to do a little paint and hang some fixtures. And we were ready to go. Like, it was really not, but it was in the mix of like kind of COVID still. Like, we still had to do like the masking and stuff like that in the beginning, but I think also it was during COVID, so they were really trying to get somebody in, so we got a really good deal.
Yeah, that's great.
And signed a 3-year.
Okay.
So this will be, I just celebrated a year.
Yeah.
2 more years.
Yeah, and your shop it's adorable.
Thank you.
It's
I
really
try.
really nice, and you have a lot in there.
There's a lot. I don't have a lot of storage space, so usually what's out is what's out. There's like nothing back. I don't have back stock or anything, and I never usually try to reorder things. Like I try to make it like you get something and then that's that, and then something new comes. Except the Meagan sweater for some reason was like super popular. I still like that was so crazy.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit more about leading as a business owner and even in this world of fashion and maybe even again beauty. What is it that drives you? What is it that's important to you? I mean, why do you get up and go work at your shop?
Because again, it's something I've always wanted to do, and I feel like as a woman, like a lot of people say you can't do that or you're not supposed to be doing that and you're supposed to be home, and I've always been like, I think that's like the silliest thing. Women can do anything. But I guess the drive is just in general, it's like I love fashion and it's for my family and just for my own mental health to get out and to be doing something rather than just like sitting around like a little housewife or something.
Yeah. Say more about that, giving you really some, like maybe some purpose.
Yes, purpose. Because there was a time where it was like, especially when the kids were both like in school, like I was like making up errands to do. I was like, this is so boring. Like I need something else. And I also felt like I wasn't contributing a lot. I still don't get paid, but like I just feel like now that I'm like I have somewhere to go, I have something to do. Before I was just kind of like there. And yes, I was running it out of the house, but it wasn't as much. Like I couldn't always like have people over all the time or like, things like that. And I didn't have room for inventory or stuff like that. So it was just a little bit harder. Having the store makes it a little easier. So you do have more inventory and stuff like that. But
what are some of the challenges you've faced in this first year of business ownership?
The biggest thing I think is the struggle when it's slow. It makes me rethink my process of, am I really supposed to be doing this? January, all the J's are really slow actually in retail. Like I worked for Michael Kors for a little while before kids and Brandon. after I graduated college. And it's just, I mean, but they're like $1 billion company, so they're not hurting. But like just general, I think it's the only thing that I feel like is just the hardest is when it's slow, because then I'm like, God, like, were we even gonna, like, I'll have to ask Brandon to like help pay for rent or something, because it was a really slow month and I'm not going to be able to do it. And again, I'm very, very blessed that we have that ability where he can help me do that. But the hard stuff is really when it's so slow and you're like just rethinking, like, why did I do this? Like, would come home crying and be like, this is so silly. Like, we should just close. And Brandon's like, no, we're not going to close. You're going to be fine. It's going to be great. We're doing it. And I'm like, fine. Yeah. But yeah.
What's that like to have a husband so supportive of your
he's such a
of
pain,
your
but
dreams?
he is literally the most biggest supporter on the planet. He is a godsend. I don't even know how I got so lucky to be married to that man, but he's just wonderful in every way. Like, he's so helpful and so sweet. I mean, yes, there are times where we're both like wanting to call in the bucket or whatever. That's not even a word. Like, call it in and be like, whatever, we're done. But again, he's just been very, very supportive because he knows how much I've always wanted to do this. So
yeah, it makes me think about that I don't know, phrase, like, behind every strong, behind every great leader is a strong woman, which is very an outdated way of talking
100%.
about men. But I do see that, for women in leadership, that when we are in partnerships, it has to be strong. Yeah. There has to be not only encouragement and support, but also like a lack of ego and to not feel threatened that, your wife is doing something, and that there is more encouragement and freedom. And, I actually feel the same about my husband. He's so encouraging and supportive. I mean, back
he really
from
is. He's so sweet.
When I, quit my job and was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Give me 6 months to figure it out. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to push you, and even just the other day, he was just saying, hey, we got a reimbursement. And he was like, take that and put it to the podcast. Like, I want to support this. Aww. This is what we want to support, do so what sweet. You have to do. And so, and it's not that like, I'm not who I am because of that, but it does 100%. Make it easier that's not a fight we have to have, or there's not a battle of resources, both time, energy, dollars, that there is that support and encouragement. And I think that's really important that women hear and know too. And really for men to know, hey, if the woman in your life has a dream, one of the best things you can do is just encourage and be truly supportive. Yeah. Talk to me about your kids. What do your kids think about mom owning a business?
Oh gosh, Addison loves it, although she is a little older. So there's this other and that's the other good thing about Pearland is the community wise, like there's 10 other boutiques here in Pearland. I promise I'm getting to the point, but like there's this one, it's called Anna Little Hope. They're the cutest. She has like more young vibes.
Sure. Like
super cute stuff, but but I could wear them if I wanted to, but I'm not. But she's always like, Mom, your store is so cute, but I do like And a Little Hope. Like, why don't you have stuff like her sometimes? And I'm like, oh, geez, Addie, thanks. Mm-hmm. But she was so excited about it. Carter, when he comes in, he like wants to like ring people up and stuff. It's really funny. Mm-hmm. And I'm like always like, well, if it's still around, guess where your first job might be to come work for me. And both of them have been really supportive too about it. It's so sweet. Yeah. And I like to think that I'm showing them that you can do anything, and it's especially Addison that we are women. We are allowed to do whatever we want to do, no matter what.
It won't be weird for them to see it or to notice it and just be like, yeah, of course, my mom's a business owner. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't somebody be able to do that? I love that. So last question, where are you finding beauty today? So you're creating a space where you're hoping women, see that they're beautiful, that they can pull off something more fun and wild and encouraging them. But where are you finding beauty?
Am I finding beauty? Waking up and getting to do what I love to do every day. It makes me feel really good.
Yeah. What do you do to take care of yourself? Like,
all the things. I do lots of girls' nights or, date nights with the hubby, but mostly I'm always doing something for myself. I know that you have to do that as a woman, and so, yeah, girls' nights, a night by myself in the bathroom. I don't know, like, all the things.
Like a little pamper.
Yeah.
Yeah, just taking a moment for you. That's really, really good. I think that can be really hard when you're not only, as a mom, but also as a business owner. And then you are very active in the community, at church and other things.
Lions, so I do that too. But I do not lead anything in there. I told my friend that asked me, I'm not leading anything. Don't ask me.
Tell me about Lions Club. I don't really, I don't
so
really know what it is.
Oh, it's Lions Club. There's like a men group too, but it's Silver Lake Lions Club. We meet once a month. We basically do stuff like in the community. And there's it's called the Lions Camp. It's for like disabled children. And so basically we do a lot of fundraisings and stuff like that, but it goes all towards that. They do a lot of fun stuff, and it's really, really fun. And again, but I told my friend, she was like, come join me, come do this. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. And they do other stuff in the community too. They give out scholarships to a few of the high schools. They do a prom rack for kids that could maybe afford it. It's a really, 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 really good group. But I was like, oh, that sounds amazing, and I can't wait, but I'm not leading anything. So don't ask me.
What I love, again, your adversity to the word leader and even to leadership positions, and yet you reveal, even just in this short time, how often you're willing to serve, how willing you are to give and to support and encourage others. And I would argue that's one of the greatest traits of a leader, is to be a servant. And actually, Jesus said it too. If you want to be the greatest, you have to be willing to serve. And that's what you're doing.
I do. No, I do. I do genuinely love to serve. It is like one of my, what is that? You can take a test and tells you.
Like spiritual gifts?
Something like that. Yeah. Like I'm a server and things like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Spiritual gifts. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely one of yours. I think it's one of your leadership talents too.
It is. I know that, but I don't always like to say that I am one.
And it doesn't surprise me. You're in the service industry. You opened up a boutique, right? Customer service. You deal with people all day long. I think that's wonderful. So what's one step a leader could take if they were striving to find or even maybe encourage some beauty in the world today? What would be something you would advise a woman with a dream?
To do it. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, because you can. To just do it. Doesn't matter what it is or who you might step on to get there. You should do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for tuning in. And again, would love to hear your comments. Would love to have you join the conversation. So send your feedback to sheleadscomments@gmail.com, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. She Leads is produced by me, Thea Curry-Fuson, recorded and edited by Pearland Podcast Studios. All thoughts and expressions shared by the guest are theirs and not the organizations they're affiliated with. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out next week to continue the conversation on She Leads.